Welcome to So You Want to Be a Geek, the podcast where we dive into the vibrant and ever-evolving world of geek culture. Whether you're a seasoned fan or just curious about what makes being a geek so special, join us as we explore everything from comics to movies, gaming, tech, sports, and everything in between. Each episode will bring you insights, interviews, and the latest news to fuel your passion and expand your horizon. So grab your favorite fandom and let's embark on this geeky adventure together. I'm Michael Canetti, and this is So You Want to Be a Geek.
We're here in St. James, Long Island at Inhale's Wellness Studio.
And my name's Ina, and I am the in of the in-house, if you haven't picked up on that yet. A lot of people take a minute.
Whoa, that just hit me.
People don't realize. I am Halee of in-house, and thank you again for doing this for us.
So what made you both decide you wanted to start your own studio together?
Halee.
Yeah, I kind of nudged her a lot. I had this dream of owning my own studio, just creating a community and I was so inspired by Ina and what she built at SYWTBAG and just her work ethic. And she's a great businesswoman, a great yoga teacher. So it's will you open a studio with me? And she said she had said no to everyone else, but for some reason she said yes to me.
It was yes, but conditional. It was find a location that I love.
She didn't think I would find one, but I did.
It was yes, but I was planning to sort of phase myself off of Long Island and make my way into a different space, still staying in the wellness and health industry, but wasn't going to stay on Long Island for that much longer. And Halee was like, do you want to stay and open another business? I was like, no, yes, maybe, but find a location. I'll think about it.
And how did you come up with this sort of hybrid idea of a studio and then some?
Well, Sensei Hot Yoga was the original idea from which we pushed off. Is the original yoga studio that I have in Wading River, where I know you from, yes. Right? And that has a mini matcha bar, and I've introduced a plant store during the shutdown because yoga was not really operational. So once we started reopening, I added a little plant store in front of the space. And so we kind of took that idea into here and then elaborated on it, adding the wine bar, and then the space that we have here, we decided to do use it as a space for community events like art shows featuring local artists and stuff like that.
How do you both implement the stuff that you teach in your classes in your own personal lives?
So that's actually what inspired me to teach yoga. Before I started yoga right out of college, and I didn't really have any of that in my daily routine or lifestyle to really understand much about myself, or I was very insecure, and it just became a passion for me. And I saw that I could use it in my everyday life. Even with teaching, I teach children with special needs, and I've been able to carry that over into that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. For me, yoga was very special. It's something that saved me from being incapacitated in many ways physically because of a health condition that I have encountered throughout the life. And yoga really, really saved me from just not being able to function in daily life. And so that's the purpose that I wanted to share with people, that a lot of health conditions can be prevented or treated, even if they're autoimmune, with yoga.
So we offer a ton of different classes. Our class we have the most is a vinyasa class. They're all heated. We offer a yin yoga class, and then we also offer now Pilates class, which is the non-dependent. And then we do workshops. We do yoga workshops, we do chakra workshops, restorative. We do some business events.
So for people that are tuning in that don't know what vinyasa is, could you kind of define it? It's a very hard thing to define just in a sentence, but how would you sort of explain it to somebody that doesn't know much about yoga but is curious?
Sure. So the vinyasa class is where the breath is linked to the pose and it flows into the next posture.
Perfect.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the movement.
Yes.
So it's a lot of yoga practice out there. You hold postures for several breaths. Like you mentioned, you practice different hot yoga varieties, and you hold your pose for 5 or 6 rounds of breath, which can be really challenging. Vinyasa yoga presents different challenge. You actually move one yoga pose for one breath. So it's more of a dynamic movement.
For those who have never tried yoga, what would your advice to be to say, hey, I want to come and try a heated yoga class? And I remember my first time walking in the door, looking around, I'm like, I'm going to look like an idiot And, once you're in there, you sort of get over that after, but like, what is your advice as instructors and people have been doing this for so long for somebody that wants to, but is apprehensive?
Show up. That's the hardest part. That's how we always encourage people just to come. Like we said, we've had so many people come in here as beginners, and we will offer that information to people if they're nervous about it, or just to reassure them that they won't feel out of place.
You both have been able to utilize social media in a beautiful, awesome way in promoting your brand and promoting the business. What are some of the tactics that you do to just get the word out about the studio, what you both do, and so on?
I'd say creating content is extremely important for any business and for personal brand as well. And we have personal brands as well as a business Instagram as well. I think creating content that is relatable is what's worked for us, and relevant, and something that's important in the community. We won't be posting about the asteroid that flew through Manhattan 2 weeks ago. But if that's relevant for the topic that we've talked to our students, or we have an art show coming up that's related to cosmic things, then maybe we'll post about it. But I think social media is really important as a tool for businesses to connect with their communities in a relevant way.
Speaking about the community and things like that, like, so what are some things you have coming up that you have planned that you want to promote, as well as like just ways that you make this space so special and unique?
Coming up this weekend, actually, I've been doing a baby yoga class at Pertuti, which is a friend of ours down the street. It's the Italian Center. She opened about a year ago. So that's been a really great class for new moms with pre-crawlers, where they can just come and they don't have to leave their baby at home. They can come and do some yoga and get that bonding time with them. So that is really, really special. Do puppy yoga. We have puppy yoga coming here, where we have a shelter come in and bring puppies, and every single time that we've done it, we've had at least one person adopt. That's awesome. We get to donate to that.
Yep. So once a month, or twice a month, depending on how busy the attendance is, we have Positive Possibilities Rescue, bring in a whole new litter of puppies that they just adopted from somewhere in America. And we have an interactive experience. Proceeds from the event also get donated to the needs of the rescue group, whether it's food or shots, or she always rescues dogs that are half dying and they have really high vet bills. So it's nice that our community gets to save dogs from all over the country and give them homes and spread the awareness. I think that's
and it's so much fun.
One of my favorite causes.
It's definitely one of our house pathfinder workshops.
Yeah. Awesome. And we also host art shows 3 times a year. And Christiane, one of our teachers, whose statue actually is in the window behind you, she really wants to plan the next one for the fall. So we have her pick out the artist. She's got a really good connection with the artists in the area.
That's awesome. That's very cool. What's some advice you have for people that are trying to get out of their rut and pursue whatever their passions are?
It's scary because, like you said, you don't know if the paycheck is going to come when you do something like this, but figuring out why you're doing it and what your purpose is, and just having a really strong purpose is, I think, the most important.
The one thing I always remind people is that even though it may seem like a job is a very stable paycheck,
not if you're the owner.
Yes, but when you have a job and you receive a stable paycheck, companies go out of business all the time.
Yeah.
So it's just as unstable. It's literally an illusion of stability. So what I always advise people do, if they have that kind of burnout or rut at work, start a hobby that you can make a little money off of, and then see if the hobby grows and see if that's something that you love to do more than the job that's giving you the burnout.
Yeah.
I don't usually advise people to quit their jobs because a lot of things come with that. A lot of responsibility come with that. But a little hobby, that side gig that's going to bring a little extra income and is going to put a smile on your face and hopefully your customers' faces, why not?
So our social media account on Instagram and Nels Wellness, you could find us on there, or individually, Ina Fisic and Yoga with Halee. We also have our Facebook page. We have our website at nelswellness.com. Some of those avenues.
Yep. What she said.
That's great.
Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at SYWTBAG for updates, behind the scenes content, and more geeky goodness. Have a topic you'd like us to discuss or a guest you'd like to hear from? Let us know. SoYouWannaBeAGeek@gmail.com and stay up to date and join the conversation. Until next time, keep embracing that inner geek and remember, the adventure never ends.